Another conflict or problem that we can encounter when we try to merge different views is called an attribute conflict. So let's have a look at this situation. In this scenario, you might have had two teams working both on an inventory entity. Let's say, for example, in sales and collection, you have an inventory entity because you are selling inventory. And you can also have inventory in acquisition and payment because we buy inventory. But now when we try to merge the two inventory tables, we can see that they have different attributes. So one team decided that the primary key, and another one decided that a stock code must be a primary key. They also have different entities. The one team decided price and the number in stock will be entities, and the other one says quantity on hand, cost price and selling price must be entities. So what do we do when we have the same entity but they have very different attributes? The solution for this is called a set union of attributes. So the two teams will have to come together. They will have to decide on the primary key. So that's the first step. What are we going to have as the primary key for this entity? So let's say they came together and they said, okay, we have barcodes, so let's make the barcode the primary key. And then we just start taking all the other entities, and we have the number in stock as a entity, as an attribute. We have price, so now we must just decide what price did this team mean. So let's say they said, okay, it's the selling price. So we have selling price, quantity on hand in number in stock is the same. So then we also have a cost price, and that is then a set union. Now both of the entities' attributes are taken into account in the merged entity. The third kind of conflict that we can encounter is called a relationship conflict. So let's have a look at that. The situation arises when you have in two different business processes exactly the same relationship. For example, so you might have two of the same relationships. You can have a cash disbursement and a stock flow relationship with a cash account. So let's just quickly think. This relationship happens in acquisition and payment. This relationship will happen in financing. Now you can have the situation where a team that worked on acquisition and payment decided that this relationship must have the following cardinalities. A cash disbursement must go into a cash account, and it can only go into one cash account. Let's say they said that a cash account must receive a cash disbursement, but it can receive cash disbursements from many cash disbursements. Let's say this one said a cash disbursement does not have to go into account, but it can only go into one. And this one said a cash account does not have to receive disbursements, and it can have many disbursements. So in this case, you have exactly the same relationship. So when we merge it, it will be only one of these relationships in the merged diagram. But we have different, not attributes, we have different cardinalities. So what are we going to do now? Basically, the two teams will have to go and sit together and decide on which of the cardinalities will give them the correct description of the business processes or business rules of the business, and then they will take those cardinalities as the correct cardinalities. So it might be that after they've sat down and talked together that they decide that this is the correct cardinality, describing the business rules of the business the best for both of them. And this will then be how it will be in your merged final diagram.